today we are going to present about our mini project called Arduino Piano. For our concept, Arduino Piano is an electronic musical instrument built using an Arduino microcontroller. The keyboard will have several buttons or keys, each corresponding to a different musical note. When a key is pressed, the Arduino generates a sound or tone of a specific frequency corresponding to that note. The project involves connecting buttons to Arduino, programming the microcontroller to detect button presses, and using a piezo buzzer or speaker to play the tones. For our objective, the main objective of the Arduino Tone Keyboard project is to design and build a simple, functional musical keyboard that can play different notes. This project aims to first introduce basic electronics. Familiarize yourself with fundamental components such as buttons, resistors, and buzzers. Second, learn microcontroller programming. Gain experience in programming the Arduino using the Arduino IDE. Third, understand sound generation. Learn how to generate different frequencies using the Arduino tone function. Fourth is to build a user interface. Create a simple interface or the keyboard that allows the user to interact and input detection. The fifth one is enhance problem-solving skills. Is to develop troubleshooting skills as you debug and refine the circuit and code. For our components, we have Arduino keyboard, for example Arduino Uno, 6 push buttons, 1 for each note, 7 resistors, typically 6 10K ohms, 4 pull-down resistors, and 330 ohms for buzzer, active buzzer module, breadboard, and jumper wires.
So this is our circuit for the piano project. The Arduino pin 2 to the pin number 7 connect to the 6 buttons. These buttons will give different amount of frequency into the Arduino as input, and the output, that is buzzer, will connect it to pin number 10. For each button, basically, there are 2 legs. The first leg in the right side of each button will send in the voltage to the button. The other leg will connect to the ground, and the other side will send the signal into the Arduino. And for the code, we use Arduino IDE to implement the code for our project. This is the overall code in our project. Let's see the demonstrate. As you could see from the previous video, I will push each button to send a signal to Arduino, and the buzzer will receive that frequency and make a noise with that value. Unfortunately, the buzzer will give some strange noise when we record it, so we decided to move the buzzer closer to the microphone. Let's look at how our code in the project works. First, we set the variables of each note in the music theory to its frequency. For example, the C note in music is the frequency value of 262. So we give the variable note C equal to 262. This number will be used to make buzzer make its noise, correlate with its frequency. After that, we set the input and output pin, with which pin we are going to use. The next part is the loop section. This is the main part of our project. We use if-else statement to read the signal from the button. For example, if we push the button that connected to pin number 2, the frequency of 262 that we set will be used to give the buzzer this frequency with given time. We use the tone code which need to pin number, frequency value, and time to play in milliseconds respectively. However, if there are no button pushed, there are no tone code to make that happen, but we cannot use it in our project. So we decided to use the frequency that we could barely hear it.
Finally, for our conclusion, building an Arduino tone keyboard is an educational and enjoyable project that combines hardware and software skills. By completing this project, you will gain hands-on experience with microcontroller programming, basic electronics, and sound generation, which are valuable skills in the field of embedded systems and hobbyist electronics. And this is all for our project. Thank you for listening.